going on. We're gonna get into these things. These are the games of the week right here. We had the Magic, we had Clippers, and then we had the New Orleans
Charlotte
Hornets.
Hornets.
Charlotte Hornets, my bad. But we're gonna be getting into the talk about our Kobe White for a change. And we're gonna get into our talk about Lonzo, man. The situation with him is not good. Not looking too good.
Boy.
Then we're gonna get into, a podcast, or at least the NBA season ain't nothing without trade rumors. But before we get into all that, we're gonna give y'all this intro. Let's go.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is G Walker, one half of the CNG Podcast.
And I'm CJ, the other half of the CNG Podcast.
And like that, we back. CJ, how you doing, bro?
Doing pretty good, man. Just ready to get this video started, man, because we got a lot to get into. A lot of interesting things happen this week. So, hey, I can't wait to get started.
Go ahead, kick it off, man. So, what we got going on this first game right here? Who was it? Was it this right here?
Yeah, we got the Chicago Bulls versus the Orlando Magic. So, coming into this game, we didn't know what to expect, but I believe the Bulls was coming off of a loss. And I believe it was against Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. But the Bulls came out with a victory, man. Final score of this game, 128-109. So the Bulls put the hammer down on the Orlando Magic. Wendell Carter did not come out. He did not come out playing well. Actually, Vooch did a pretty good job against him. Points for the big three. DeMar DeRozan, 32 points. Zach LaVine also had 32. And Nikola Vucevic with 26. G. Walker, how you think the Bulls did in this game, man? As far as the big three is concerned.
Look, man, it was a team we had to beat, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of losing against teams that we should beat every week. Orlando Magic is one of those teams that we have to beat. So to see them come out there and handle business today, man, or the other day, this is what we needed to do, man. Vooch handled this business. Zach handled this business. DeMar handled this business like a big three supposed to, you know?
Yeah, man, I agree. I mean, the fact that the Bulls, the fact that we always been seeing this inconsistency from them, it just to see a game like this, it gives you a little hope, but then you always wonder, okay, what's gonna happen in the next game, and the next game. Well, let's go to the next game. So the next game the Bulls had in their schedule was that's actually the wrong one. Okay, here we go. It actually was the Bulls versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and them boys taking on our Chicago Bulls. Everybody's been talking about Patrick Williams being compared to Kawhi Leonard. So we're gonna pretty much let's see what pretty much happened in this game, man. And look, final score of that game was 108-103. Bulls had a tough one in this one. I thought they were going to pull this one out. What did you think, G. Walker?
You know what? I thought we were going to pull it out too, but we have a bad habit of late game collapses. That's something that's been a trademark of this Bulls season, man. And there were people in the comments, man, on the CNG Podcast page, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, that was disgusted. So we're gonna get into those fan comments, right, CJ? Let's pull up one of them, bro.
Oh man, let's see what they're talking about.
So we got this right here. One of our guys, Randall. He said DeMar got money on FanDuel. CJ, what do you think about that, man? Because sometimes DeMar looks like he's, prime MJ, and sometimes he looks like Smush Parker. So do you agree with what our man Randall said right here? DeMar got money on FanDuel?
First of all, I think that's a funny ass comment because I don't know how to think about that. I don't know if he means does DeMar DeRozan got a FanDuel and he blowing games or what's going on? Is there a theory here?
I think what he's trying to say is that DeMar's gambling. It looks like DeMar's just choking games and losing games on purpose, so he can make his money one other kind of way. But let's get into the next comment right here. Somebody said trade DeMar. This has been an ongoing thing within the Bulls team. Is trade DeMar or Zach. How do you feel about this comment right here, and what do you think about this? Do you think people should trade DeMar?
They got to do something. I mean, there's some people that's going to feel that they don't want DeMar being traded, you know, and the fact that DeMar DeRozan got named to an All-Star team this week may make that theory kind of 50-50, but I've been saying it for the longest. I don't think him and Zach coexist on this team together. It seems like they're off. One guy doesn't know if he want to shoot. The other guy doesn't know if he want to shoot. And it seems a little off balance. And then they don't run the offense through Vooch. So it's a big mess right now.
Yeah, man. We still got comments coming in. We still got talking about 2 stars. Jagged the game. Zach had the game. Debo had too many turnovers. These MFs pissed me off. I gotta agree, man. It was a point in this game with Zach LaVine. You know, he had a chance at 3 free throws and he missed 2 of them to put us either tie the game up or put us up by 1. So, you know, people are frustrated, man, and you can't be mad at them for being frustrated the way they are. So, you know, these comments it's happening in real time. People are responding in real time, and this is what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? So the next game, CJ, who do they play? The Hornets?
Yeah, they play the Hornets. But before we get to that Hornets game, we actually got a video from my guy David Kaplan talking about this this Clippers game. So let's see what David Kaplan got say about it, and then we'll get right back to y'all.
Man.
All right, and back. G Walker.
Yes,
what
sir.
you think about what David Kaplan had to say about the Clippers game? Speaking on a few players.
You know what, man? Everything he said was right. It was a very winnable game. You know, Kawhi, you know, he hasn't been consistent all year. He's been okay. He's shown flashes that he's still one of the guys that you have to worry about him game plan for. Paul George, what was he really doing out there? Who's on their team? Exactly. So it's like, why are we losing this game? And I agree with what he said. You know, Zach LaVine, you know, they were doing all right. And like you said, Patrick Williams, he's looking like an ascended player, like he's growing up. You know, it is what it is, man. What do you think about what he said?
You know, the fact that Kawhi, I'm still tripping at the fact that Kawhi Leonard had 5 steals, and then he had the big steal to end the game. It just shows you, you know, from a guy that's a superstar player to where we got guys that are just, you know, all-star players. It's a big difference from that. Superstars you can depend on night in and night out to make big plays for you in key moments of the game. And right now, it seems like this team just don't have that player yet.
You know what? And I gotta agree with you, man, because it was a point in that game where it was getting close, and instead of what was it, Zach LaVine going to the hole, he kind of ran into to Kawhi Leonard at the end of the game, and he forced that last turnover, that last steal, right?
Yeah.
That was crazy,
Kawhi,
bro.
That was just a good play by Kawhi, man. But Zach LaVine's got to realize too, man. You got other teammates on the floor. This is their best defender. You gotta, as much as you feel like you can go 1-on-1 against them, you got to get that ball out and go against the matchup. That you was not going to win that matchup against Kawhi. Point blank. Period.
So the next game we go to is that Hornets game. We lost that first Hornets game, right?
Correct. We lost the first Hornets game. This is the second Hornets game. So let's get to that one.
So the first Hornets game we lost right here. We're not gonna really get into that one too much. That was just too much. You know, they were on the road. But let's get into the one that we did win, which was last night, right, CJ? So what do you think about this win right here?
It was at times where again we saw turnovers, and G Walker. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Billy Donovan, I wanted to put my I don't want to say that really, but he just made me so frustrated, man, because Ayo DeSumo scored 7 straight points in that first quarter. Now tell me why Billy Donovan takes him out and puts in Kobe White when you got the man with the hot hand, which is Ayo DeSumo, taking the ball to the basket, knocking down the 3, playing aggressive on the defensive side of the ball, and you take him out to put in Kobe White. These are the things that fans get frustrated with Billy Donovan for. The fact that you got a player with a hot hand, and then you take that player out because you got a substitution rotation, whatever you're doing, and you take the momentum out the game. That was crazy. But Bulls had an impressive win at the end, man. They stuck it out. They did what they had to do, and they pulled out with the victory.
Yeah, and I gotta agree with you, man. Sometimes Billy Donovan's his substitutions, they're never what you think they would be. And I agree with you. You know, that Ayo DeSumo was having a great game, maybe his best game of the season as far as attacking the ball and playing with tempo. He had 22 points. So I Ayo Dosunmu, like he took it upon himself to be a little bit more aggressive. But we're gonna get into Kobe. We got something special for the Kobe fans, man. Kobe played pretty good too last night, but we'll get into that in a second. But we got these fan comments. We're gonna get into the game last night too about the win. Got the real Chi-Town Love that says, now let's keep it up, and they got to keep it up, man. We passed Indiana Pacers this game too, so we passed them up in the standings, and we got Sophia Allen right here who says keep up the good work. We will. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Then we got Williams right here saying awesome, congratulations. And a win is a win right here. Then we got our girl Necessary Evil that came in and said, hey fellas, and she said something to Sugar and Vodka. She said, hello fellas again. And CJ, CNG Podcast says,
yep.
Yeah, appreciate you for watching. But we gonna get into that boy that I like, that I sometimes didn't like, that he's looking like he's growing up a little bit, man. He's playing better defense. He's staying on the floor a lot more. He's hitting his shots. I gave him a nickname, spot him, drop him, spot up Kobe. And this right here, he's made 500 threes. CJ, let me know what you think about this right here before we go into the footage of Kobe last night, man.
Well, first of all, that 500
and your opinion on Kobe.
Yeah, that 500 threes, just speaking on the overlay right now, the 500 threes, that was tied. That was for fourth all time on the Bulls franchise list. So he's fourth on that list. I believe I don't know if Scottie Pippen's above him, but I believe it's Kurt Heinrich, Michael Jordan, and it could be another player above him. I'm not sure, maybe Ben Gordon. But yeah, man, for the fact that he's made 500 threes and he's still young. He's still 22, 23 years old.
Yeah, he's still young, man.
Yeah, so the fact that he's hitting this many threes in a short time in his career is an impressive thing, man. And I mean, it's going to be tough, man. The trading deadline's coming up soon. I hope he's not one of those names that's going to be, included in these trades, because I feel like at times, Kobe, we do need Kobe because he has knocked down threes, but he's also scored and played defense, like you said.
And that's funny that you bring that up about trading Kobe. And this has been circling around for about a week now. It says the Bulls and the Suns have had conversations about a deal involving Kobe White for Crowder in recent weeks, but no real traction is thought to be present. And you just spoke on that. So CJ, Kobe's been the topic of a trade for the past couple of seasons. Under new management, we didn't know if he was going to stay because he was a part of the Garpax draft, and then we got AK and Mark Eversley. But he seemed like he's proven himself. So do you think Kobe has earned this spot to stay with this team, earned a paycheck?
I think as far as what he brings to this team, as far as a unique skill set, as far as offensively, and then we've seen the improvement from his dribbling, of course. We've seen him at times be a solid defender. So as far as Kobe White's growth, I think you can speak positive on that. But as far as just Jay Crowder trade, I don't think it's enough, man. If you were to say Jay Crowder, it may be another player, maybe a Zadric type of player to go within that trade, another big man of some sorts, then yeah, right, I can say possibly do that. But just for Jay Crowder, I don't like that. I don't like that trade scenario.
Yeah, I don't like that trade scenario either, man. It doesn't make any sense to me. We're losing a shooter at this point, and we need shooting on this team. So, but without any further ado, we're going to get into the Kobe White highlights of playing the Charlotte Hornets last night. CJ, are you ready?
Let's pull it up. Let's do it.
Got to give it up. Nice. But CJ, tell me about this right here before we get into the next, a somber part of our segment. But what do you think about this right here, man? All-Star DeMar. All-Star DeMar.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, Chief Walker. I was on the Shabos podcast show the other night. Shout out to those guys over there. But I was not. I was with DeMar. I was surprised by this. I was really surprised by this because you see the Bulls' record. They've been struggling up and down all season. It was other guys who was on other teams who had better records than DeMar, who I thought was more deserving to get to the All-Star game than him. That's just my honest opinion. But the fact that he's in there, I mean, congratulations to him. Representing the Bulls is always a good thing at the All-Star game, no matter what. But that was just my honest opinion on DeMar. I just didn't think he was going to get in. I just didn't believe that he was going to get in because of the Bulls' record.
I agree with you, but sometimes your talent and your hard work does get noticed. You might not be a starter in the NBA, but you can be a reserve. DeMar has been more of a leader. He's been more of the aggressor. He's been more of the guy that's going to try to rally the troops outside of Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, who didn't make the All-Star team, that's not going to bode well for him in that locker room because guys are going to look at who now more than ever. Even though he got the $215 million, who's the All-Star? You know what I mean? It's DeMar.
You can't. Yeah, but you can't always look at. I mean, Zach getting that money. That's on management. That's not on Zach LaVine. If management's going to pay you that, money, they're going to pay you that money. Now, if you don't perform, you don't perform. But at the same time, players can't really hold somebody accountable because what they got in their pockets. They got to hold a player accountable what they do on that floor. You can give me $50 million, and if I play like horse crap, then I play like horse crap, and I'm not deserving of it. So you could look at it that way, but you got to perform on the court no matter how much you're getting paid. You can get paid $500,000, and you could be one of the best players in the league. So it depends on what you do out there.
And I gotta agree with you, man. I totally agree with that. The money isn't everything. It's all about what you do on that court. You know, who the players look up to, who's more dependable, who's more, just that guy. DeMar has his flaws, but he's being recognized by the coaches, man. And that means a lot. When you're recognized by the coaches, your peers, or the OGs in the game, or the coaches, and instead of the fans that's being voted in, that's voted the starters in, this holds a lot of weight. So shout out to DeMar. Shout out to DeMar, man. Congratulations on your 6th time as an NBA All-Star. Keep it going, my brother. But we're going to get into something a little bit more sober, a little bit more not as good news. Is this right here. CJ, man. Can you go ahead and read that for the people, man?
Man, according to Billy Donovan, Lonzo is nowhere near returning. The team could sit down with the medical at the All-Star break and make a decision on his season. Well, look, before I let you continue, G. Walker, the only thing I got to say about that is that the decision's already been made.
Right.
You said so many times without even actually saying that he's going to be out for the season. He's having problems with his knee. His knee is not 100%. He's still having pain. And G. Walker, this is going to be a real sad thing to say about this Bulls franchise, but I want you to think about something. When you look at the Bulls point guards over the last 20 years, how many Bulls point guards have lasted 7 years with this team?
That's a good point. It's like the Bulls are cursed for the point guard position.
Exactly. That's my point, man, because when you look at Kurt Heinrich, only lasted 6 seasons. 7th year, he was gone. Derrick Rose lasted, 6-7 years through injuries. He was gone. So with the Bulls point guard situation, it's not looking too good, man. You're hoping somebody can break that curse. Could it be Ayo Dosunmu? We don't know. It could be. We hope so.
Is it Dalen Terry? He don't even get minutes.
Yeah, anybody. I mean, anybody could be that. But right now, it's not looking too good. You know what I'm saying, G. Walker?
Hey, man, I totally get what you're saying. It's not, man. And everything you said is true. All the Bulls point guards, even Jay Williams, the dummy that was told not to get on a motorcycle and tore his ACLs up and never was the same again.
Yeah, don't get me started with that.
Somebody got a voodoo doll on Chicago Bulls point guards. I agree with that. Hey, whoever got that voodoo doll.
We need to find that down.
Yeah, whoever got that voodoo doll of the Chicago Bulls point guards, please stop poking at it. But we're going to get into this right here. I got from Matt Lawson says, gut it. We're quickly approaching Brandon Roy territory with Lonzo Ball. 2 left knee surgeries in the last year and no improvement. And you know how nice Brandon Roy was. Even Kobe said he was probably one of the most difficult guards he had to guard before he got hurt was Brandon Roy. So what you think about this quote right here, that this is the territory that we're ending right here, that we're getting into? Sorry.
Yeah, we just discussed this, man. And it's like this is not good news, man. This is like, I don't want to say it's Derrick Rose all over again, but this is not. It's really not good news, man. Because I think Lonzo Ball is the part that really made the Bulls tick last year. When they had that best record towards the All-Star break before he got hurt. So it just sucks that we feel bad for the kid because he's out there. Even last night I saw he was the way he was looking at his brother, man. You could just tell, man, he didn't look too good sitting on that bench, man. He really wanted to be out there. So, man, you just gotta pray for Lonzo, man. Just pray for him. Hopefully he'll get himself back in order. But is it gonna be in Chicago? I really don't know about that.
Yeah, man. And this is so funny, man. They say last year on this day, last season, the Bulls were 32-18 and set atop the Eastern Conference. Mm-hmm. You see the imagery right there. You see Wolverine with the hat. fitted in with the Zach LaVine jersey on. We missed those days, man. It's like those days are long gone, man. We thought we'd have those days at least for the next 3-4 years. It is not happening. But we do have some fan comments going in. So CJ, please let us know what's going on with these fan comments right here. Whoa, what did this guy say right here, CJ?
Shy Guy says his career is over. They're just stalling to announce. Man, the info. Man, y'all know I can't pronounce words too well.
Inevitable. His career is over. They just stalling to announce inevitable. Then we got hey, relax. Take it easy. Let's slow down on saying that the kid's career is over. That's not necessarily true. Sometimes injuries, depending on the person, just takes time to heal. Whatever happened on that table when they cut him open, it might be just taking too much time or taking his time to heal properly. We have no idea what's going on with him. And we got another comment right here. We got our man, Mr. Dillon, right here, says he feel bad for this kid. CJ, I can agree. I feel bad for the kid. We all feel bad for this kid, right?
Yeah, man. I want to say, how the hell do you pronounce that first word up there? Anyway, but yeah, man, you gotta feel bad for Lonzo, man. You just want the best for Lonzo, man, and he's a good player when he's healthy, man. It just sucks that he's going through what he's going through right now. But prayers up to Lonzo again.
Yeah, man. It sucks, man. We got one more comment. We got this from another fan that was in here that says, I expected it, to be honest, sit out. Let's see him next season. CJ, what you feel about that?
Man, that's the only option they have as you walk into this point. And really what Lonzo's gonna have to do, man, he's gonna have to really get with somebody to get his that muscle and that knee stronger. You know, that it could be the way he's working out, it could be too much, or he's just not doing it properly. But he's really gonna have to get with somebody to really help him out to get that to get himself more fit, more better to see if he can get that knee completed, man. Because we see our boy Derrick Rose, man. If he can come back for 3-4 knee injuries and playing the way he's playing, I feel Lonzo can do the same thing, man. It's still hope there.
Yeah, man, it's still hope for Lonzo, and it's just coming down to the fact that it just might be taking a little bit more time for it to heal than what we all thought it'd be. You never know. He's 25 years old, man. He's still young. He still got his whole future ahead of him and everything like that. So you just never know how these things are going to turn out. And his father said something, right, CJ? What did his father say? I think he said something like he'll be fine, right?
Well, I mean, he said he'll be fine, but it was another thing that his father said a couple of years ago that several years ago during the show that they had on Facebook. I guess they had an argument. He said that he might as well call him Alfonso because he's broken goods, and that always stuck with me, man. Because is this something that maybe LeVar's seen in his son, that maybe his body is not the way it's supposed to be because he's being injured too many times?
Right.
So I mean, with that, you just never know.
Yeah, man. And the crazy part about that, your father saying something like that, saying that you pretty much are damaged goods. That kind of sucks, man. And you just don't want to hear nothing like that coming from a father. But it seems like LeVar knows his son better than anybody else, right?
Yeah, man. So I hope that's not the case, man. And I hope this kid can get it because he's a good player, man. Lonzo Ball is not a bad player. As much as people were getting on him saying he's a bust and this and that, man, he overcame all of that. And, you know, we hope that he could just get healthy and just have a finish out of his career, whatever team he's on when he does that.
All right, man. Get better, Lonzo, but we got one more thing we're going to get into. It wouldn't be a podcast. It wouldn't be the NBA season without trade rumors. It says, report, Zach LaVine, no shortage of suitors for trade. Zach LaVine, if made available for trade by the Chicago Bulls, will have no shortage of suitors, including the Miami Heat, New York Knicks, Dallas Mavericks, and the Los Angeles Lakers, according to Yahoo Sports' Jake Fisher. TJ, do you think that Zach is getting traded? And also, what do you think that he's worth? What do we should get back from him?
I think for at least Zach, you're gonna have to definitely get a couple of players back for him. You definitely can't trade him for just draft picks only. So whatever team they do decide to see what they can do something with, you're gonna have to get something back. You're gonna have to get a player as close to the talent as he is. You cannot take less than what Zach LaVine is. Now I know he's not a superstar in people's eyes, but Zach LaVine on any given night can give you 20 to 30 points a night. So you got to get something back of that type of player So, I mean, other than that, I don't know what AK and those guys are going to do, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, man, I got to agree with you, man. I just think what they should get is picks, man. I think we should get picks. I don't want players. I want picks. You know what I mean?
The unfortunate thing, not to cut you off, but the unfortunate thing with that, Zach is getting $40 million. So you're going to have to get a player back within that $40 million. You just can't trade a $40 million player to a team, and then, you know, that team has to trade something back within that to match that contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree, because I was looking at it one time. I think I saw Trae Young. I trade Trae Young and Zach LaVine. Would you entertain Trae Young and Zach LaVine or Trae?
I would, but Trae Young got to get his head out his ass. Excuse my language, but that's what he's going to have to do. Right. You know, if he can do that, then maybe I consider it. But no, right now he's feeling himself too much, man. He got to get back to reality.
And I gotta agree. I like Trae Young, but they saying the New York Knicks, Dallas, and the Los Angeles Lakers. And what are we giving up for that? We just don't know. But if this has been a great episode. This has been a great show. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in. CJ, you got anything else?
Man, y'all have a good day, man. And make sure y'all go check us out on Facebook, CNG Podcast, YouTube, CNG Podcast. Check us out on Twitter, man. We got to get some more Twitter views, you know. So check us out on Twitter, CNG Podcast. Also, check us out on TikTok. We got a TikTok profile up. Yeah, we got the TikTok profile coming up where we're going to be doing short videos on there. We're going to be having the fan comments that we showed in this video on TikTok as well, and Facebook and YouTube. So y'all make sure y'all go and follow the CNG Facebook page for those fan comments, because you guys can be a part of the show every single week.
And don't forget about our LinkedIn business page. Anybody that's on LinkedIn, look up the CNG Podcast on LinkedIn. Our email is cngpodcast91@gmail. That's the business email. This has been great. Shout out to everybody that's been in the comments. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. We appreciate you guys, and we see you guys next week. That's it for me. CJ, that's it for you.
That's it for me, man. Y'all have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. We'll be back with y'all next week.
Peace.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is G.